impressed by him, and obviously added to that, there was a few other young players, Danny Gibson playing again, Owen Buckley getting another shot on the wing as well. So that's where the positives are, and these players can learn a trade in the Championship and put a few beastly guys around them to defend them. Then maybe things aren't all lost for the Vikings. Okay, on to maybe the most crucial game of the weekend, underrated most crucial game of the weekend, London versus Toulouse. And actually, London handed out a hammering. It finished 34-8 after it was 26-4 at half-time, so the work was done at that stage. Only 696 on. Tom Grant was the referee. We had a few people get in touch about this one.
Paul says, brilliant first half performance. Second half was a tad quiet, but losing Kieran may be an issue. Disappointed to concede right at the end, but take nothing away from the lads. The defence was outstanding. 2 great lengths of the field tries from Dixon and Halliwell. Bring on the first of the most difficult games. The £1 million game is still in our hands.
Paul Chamberlain said, after all the three recent... Sorry, no, I'll read that again. After all the recent French kissing, it was good to see an end to the entente cordiale. Broncos realised full-time meant 80 minutes and not 20 and laid down the smack accordingly. Walker, outstanding, and man of the match.
Brian Davies said, lovely sunny afternoon in early London were good and coped well with the Toulouse side that never really got going. They tried to play around London all game, and that would have been a big ask, even if they'd been able to catch and pass. But with today's series of drop ball and poor passing, it was a tough watch. Alex Walker was a constant form in the TO side, and it looks like he's got a bright future. Toulouse must do better.
Yeah, so a few mentioned there for young Alex Walker, the fullback. I think he's a player that I've been impressed by before, a developing player. Shows what can be done out of that London setup. Kieran Dixon went off with a shoulder injury just after the half time, so that might be a worry for the Broncos, because he's one of those players who can really light up a game, and it sounds like he did with a couple of with a length of the field effort before he left the field. So but well done to the Broncos. That really spices things up. When we get to the standings, we'll see what that means. Okay, final game of the qualifiers this week was Hull Kingston Rovers hosting Halifax, and this was a bit of a game of two halves, as it was 24 points to nil at half time for the Super League side. Halifax then turned up and made it 24-38 the final score, so they won the second half 24 points to 14. 7,952.
Decent crowd.
Fantastic ground. Marcus Griffiths was the referee that I've never heard of for this game. We had a fan review in.
Tom Andrews at Tom_HKR says a lot when I'm pissed off. We've got a Dalian winner on the field instead of a school teacher from Swinton. We took our foot off the gas 30 minutes in, and that's not good enough. Any decent team would have beat us. Maybe you wouldn't say any full-time team. And maybe we should play the Hull FC card and cry about our injuries. Still need 2 wins out of 3, fingers crossed.
Okay. We did get some stats on this one, and I'll speak about those because it gives a little bit of context to some of the players that's names popped up in the match reviews and stuff that I've followed on this. So Craig Hull, 4 tries, 9 tackle busts, 116 metres, 3 clean breaks. He is owning this qualifiers from a try scoring point of view. Danny Tickle, 122 metres, Liam Salter, 111 metres. 2 names that kept coming up for the Halifax side were James Saltonstall, who was on one wing. He had 2 tries, 5 tackle busts, 164 metres and 2 clean breaks. And Will Sharp, who was on the other wing, 1 try, 5 tackle busts, 175 metres and 2 clean breaks. Adam Tangata as well, who's rumoured to be Super League bound, 102 metres for him. It looks like what Tom said there about won the game and then switched off. It was 24-0 after 27 minutes.
Yeah.
An injury to Adam Quinlan, that'll be worrying because he was one of their brightest sparks during that period of that first half. So we'll have to see what happens with that. There's a couple of Halifax players who people might have a look around though. Saltonstall is one that always seems to be heavily involved when I say play. Will Sharp probably passed his chance at possibly Super League level, but QLC got his opportunity this year, so you never quite know. But well done to Hull Kingston Rovers. Do you want to take us through the qualifiers standings then, Dom?
Yeah. Salford stay on a 100% record, 4 from 4. Congratulations. Their fellow Super League sides, Leeds, Hull KR, have 3 from 4 to make up the top 3. Championship sides, Toronto, London and Toulouse have 2 wins and are fighting out for the £1 million game spots as things stand. Winders and Halifax still have no points. Do you have a feeling who's going to be the £1 million game?
Let me just think who's got who left to play. So, Halifax, obviously, I'm discounting.
Yeah.
Sorry, Halifax. Widnes have got Toronto away. Hull KR, I think.
And Halifax. Halifax this
way. They've got Halifax at home.
Yeah.
So, for me, Widnes will not win all 3 of them. So that's them out of the reckoning, in my opinion. So that leaves the 3 championship sides, because I do think Salford will get their one more win.
Yeah.
It might not come next week, but it'll come after that. Is it Leeds Salford next week? So
it's Leeds Salford on Friday.
So that's very beneficial to the Rhinos, the suspensions that Salford picked up that we talked about from their game, the deserved suspensions. So what that means for Leeds is a chance if they can show improved defence, and they won't have to be as improved because Salford have a paper thin.
Oh no, it's not nailed on, but it certainly helped us.
So I think that I would be taking Salford and Leeds out of the conversation for that for the £1 million game. Toronto's games are Widnes, Toulouse, and Leeds, aren't they?
Yes, because it's Toronto Leeds as the final game.
So it really does depend for me on if Toronto can beat Widnes to see if they finish in the
Widnes spot.
They might finish 3rd still. There's a slim chance, but I think it's going to be Toronto hosting it. I don't see Toulouse beating a Super League team again, but I don't see London beating a Super League team again. So it's going to come down to points difference, I think, between those 2 sides. And London have the advantage on that regard at the moment because of that performance at the weekend. So I'll just edge London on points difference in that 5th spot. What about yourself?
So we want to say that it's you've got to say Toronto are going to be in there. No, Toronto are going to be up, aren't they? Do you know what? This weekend's match will come back to me.
We'll do the predictions later on. Sure. Okay, we'll talk more about that. Predictions, Super Run Dream Team updates from last week, though. I went 7 out of 8 this week, which was quite good. I was happy with myself. 122 I'm on now. The co-host, you've got a bit of making up to do for your fellow co-host, Dom. They've left you right in the shitter for your first episode here. Because it was 5 out of 8 from Tim last week.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Tim.
His desire to tip the overseas sides cost him. 117 the co-hosts are on. In the Super Brew, we have a new leader. John Bennett has taken over at the top. I think John's a Cass fan. Well done to John for overhauling Hutch, who's been there for most of the year. Paul Craig wears the yellow cap. I think that's twice in 3 weeks for the Thunder from Down Under. In the Dream Team, Alan Bagley stays top. Sarah Morgan's had the best weekly score. God, you can tell I was on half cock when I typed this bit up of spelling. It's always the last thing that goes in the rundown. Well done to Sarah, though, because she's been in a real great run of form recently, and she's up there in the top 5, and she's doing some good stuff at the moment. That is the main results from the last week in Rugby League, proper covered, Dom. So we're now going to look at other results from around the world of Rugby League.
Very exciting.
Other results time now then, sponsored by jkmartwork.com. Check out jkmartwork.com where you can buy prints, canvases and more of James's Stadium paintings. All UK Super League clubs are covered and a couple of clubs outside Super League too, as well as football stadiums, cricket grounds and more. Talking about cricket, just want to say a big well done to Alistair Cook. What a record that is, to have scored a 50 and then a century in the 2 innings of your first and last ever test. That's remarkable. 5 players have scored a century in their first. You don't give a shit at all, do you?
Do you know what? Is a century is 100 points?
Yeah, 100 runs. Yeah,
100 scores. Yeah. Right. Well, and so it's 50 in a century.
Yeah.
So that's hard to do then.
Well, Yeah, you don't get a lot of hundreds, do you, in your career? He's had 30.
I wouldn't know, mate.
Anyway, well done, Alistair Cook.
Well done, mate. Yeah. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, well done. jkmartwork.com can help you find the perfect gift for the sports fan in your life. Okay, Championship Shield, round 4. For the people who still care. Sheffield 12, Featherstone 32. We had a commenting on this more than a fan review, I suppose.
Paul Campbell, at Paul Campbell 1980. Can we have a shout out for Fev Rovers? They can't field a full team, but they keep on winning.
I am prepared to shout out for the players that are playing for Featherstone Rovers. I'm not prepared to shout out for the club.
No.
Because there's a reason they've not got 17 on. And
it's their own fault. Yeah. Well, it's the fault of the...
They've played a huge part in the fact that they're not able to put a full side out. But well done to the players that are out there winning. Again, there was 16... named this week. Lee 54, Swinton 10, Dewsbury 32, Barrow 12, and Batley 26, Rochdale 12. So all of those probably going the way you would expect, despite me constantly tipping Swinton. The table stands as Featherstone, Lee, Batley, Dewsbury, Sheffield, Barrow, Swinton, and Rochdale. In theory, Swinton can still pull in Barrow and Sheffield, but they need to go 3 from 3 to do that. Okay, League One, round 24. So third to last round, and on Saturday we had a big result for the London Scholars, 76 points to 6, celebrating that potential takeover or partial takeover by the Toronto men against the Hemel.
Move it to Philadelphia, is that what they were saying, where they was going to move it to?
Somewhere in America. Which would be a shame, because the Scholars are a good community club in the London area. Like, I'd sooner see them take Hemel. Newcastle 50, Workington 22. So big result for them. Workington not bouncing back from the break-in. York 10, Oldham 6 on the R-League app game. I was driving, so I didn't get to watch that. Whitehaven 46, Hunslet 10. West Wales 0, Bradford 104. Keighley 6, Doncaster 50. And finally, Coventry Bears 12, North Wales 36. We did get a fan review.
I wonder who it's from. It's from Tim G Radio.
Our friend Tim.
The most frustrating Bears game I've ever been involved with. Too many drop balls, knock-ons, and rustier than a bicycle that's just been dragged out of a canal. However, Reece Rance, what a name, Reece Rance, 70-metre try was something special and one of the best all season. Special shout out to the ref who was waving his arms around like an Italian traffic policeman. Or woman, Tim.
Reece Rance's try, I saw the highlight of that.
While you were driving.
I think he's robbed 10 metres off him. I think he went a bit further. Good try. Yeah, York maintained their slim 2.1 win lead over Bradford, although Bradford have a much superior points difference now, so we'll go top if York slip up. Doncaster solidify third place. I must have got distracted because I forgot to write in the rest of the places for this top. Well, we did cover fucking a lot of miles.
You don't get that on Super Duper League Pod.
You wouldn't cover League One on Super Duper League Pod until Castleford get relegated to there. That one was just for Rob. I hope he's listening. Anyway, Workington and Oldham occupy the other playoff places, but Oldham on 30 points are joined by Whitehaven and Hunslet still on that situation, so that's pretty close going into the final 2 rounds. Women's Super League. Featherstone 12, York 20, Wigan 10, Castleford 12, and Leeds 12, St Helens 6. A couple of really significant results there. From my reckoning, that takes Leeds to top
of the league.
Over both.
Champion! We've already won some silverware this year.
We have, yeah, that's true. We were there to witness it as well. And inspiring the next generation with Scarlett being there as well to watch it and high-five the players as they came up to collect the trophy. Yeah, that takes Leeds over both Wigan and St Helens and Wigan. Wigan still have, I think, a game in hand on the Saints, though. Castleford, it closes them up as well. That top 4 is really exciting. So if the playoffs is a top 4, because I don't know, because no one's told me, then that's going to be a great group, because those sides are all very competitive with each other, which is very exciting. NRL Finals Week 1 is where we finish the other results this week. Was the Storm 29, the Rabbitohs 28. Sam Burgess made 176 metres. Tom and George both started, didn't quite get up to 100 metres, but were close. So strong performances from the Burgeye, but the Storm were able to pull it out. The Panthers 27, the Warriors 12. That means the Warriors are dumped out Roger Tuivasa-Sheck picking up an injury was pretty crucial to how this game panned out in the end, really, it felt like. The Roosters 21, the Sharks 12. I watched this one,